Welcome to in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 18th of May for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share the big themes of the week ahead first, then on screen your event chart. Always provides an influential backdrop at the start of the week. I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of energy, work, relationships, and finances. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now and help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. On Monday, Mars, the planet of raw power and energy, moves into your zodiac sign for the next 6 weeks. It's truly exciting. I can't wait to share it with you. But the sun will be moving out of your zodiac sign on Thursday. But if you've been working hard on showcasing your individual talents, that move of the sun into Gemini can bring its rewards. Now, your ruler Venus is also going to be moving on Tuesday into the nurturing, caring sign of Cancer, that forges a quite beautiful link to Mars almost straight away, and that can be very helpful to you as well. Can't wait to share about that. Now, on Friday, we do have the first conjunction between the Sun and Uranus in Gemini for 78 years. What does that hold for you? Just as the week draws to a close, however, Taurus, there is a quarter moon. The moon in your fellow Earth sign of Virgo, squaring off to the sun back in your second solar house of Gemini. I'll unpack that for you too. So on the screen, your event chart. As ever, we need to be mindful of the two luminaries. The sun in your sign coming towards the end of its journey. Over the last 3.5 weeks, he's given you an awesome opportunity to really take the initiative. It's just that Mars, the planet of drive and passion, which arrives in your sign later on Monday, has been in a secluded area for 6 weeks. And particularly at the start of that process, some very raw feelings around your past or past hurts, separations, or losses could have shown up. But the moon starts this week in the very bubbly Gemini. But for you, that's very much about your values and resources. I think that's going to be a big theme of this week for sure. So, as Mars arrives in your sign on Monday, what he does is gives you a chance to move into the moment. If your energy has felt a little depleted at times, you're going to feel much more in the moment, much more robust. You may even want to step up your exercise regime, but most of all, you can be in the mood to take the initiative because Mars moving into your sign is giving you a fierce desire to uh, own what's truly yours in terms of your value and worth, because the first house is about our identity. So you're going to strut your stuff in the following 6 weeks a lot more self-assured. However, what we do have is Venus moving on Tuesday into Cancer, linking back to Mars. And Venus in Cancer is very nurturing, but for you, the third house is how you communicate. If there is something you want to instigate this week, that drive and passion of Mars and the word power of Venus in the third house can really be your ace cosmic tools. But what we also have at the start of this week is Uranus in a conjunction with uh, Mercury, and your mind is likely to be very nimble. And you could find yourself tossing over lots of different concepts, and that will get stronger as the sun moves into Gemini, with Gemini season starting on Thursday and aligning with Uranus for the first time in 78 years on Friday. So even someone like you who tends to have a real appreciation of continuity, sticking with the things that you're really comfortable with and know well, you could find yourself wanting to experiment and do different things, particularly if it can potentially earn you some extra money. Now, because Mercury moving forwards in the sign of Gemini links back to Saturn later this week, if there is something that you had been researching, you can start to see how you could structure that idea in a way which could give you some kind of potential boost to your income. So that's exciting. But as the week draws to a close, the quarter moon in Virgo, which for you is your fifth house can be about speculation, but it can be about generosity, can certainly be about warmth and affection. And if someone close to you asks you for some kind of financial support, which they might, you could find yourself with a little bit of a dilemma. But if this has become something of a regular occurrence, you might choose to be more assertive about saying no. And that will be Mars in your first house. It's going to make you more single-minded. Mars in Taurus can be quite stubborn, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't mean to say that you can have an argument. It's just when you say no, you mean no. So, what does it mean for those four areas of energy, work, relationships, and finances, Taurus? I'm going to summarize those next for you, but just to say, you can now get your personal horoscope and pay for one, but get three for the price of one. The one you pay for, your life roadmap report, helps us to understand the patterns that are played out in our life so far, get a more intimate understanding of them, but then manage our future progress better for that knowledge. Free, you get your 12 months transit forecast, but also your draconic soul karmic analysis. Natal astrology really is the way to unlock a better navigation of this life journey. Please see below for more. If you've yet to watch your May monthly forecast, that's on the screen. If you've yet to watch your Taurus new moon video, that's on the screen. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, it would be an absolute pleasure. Please see my testimonials below. And if you've yet to take advantage of my free daily written horoscope, find your device each morning for your early day celestial pit stop, please see that below too as well. Now, when it comes to your professional situation, if your determination to have your voice heard, which Mars will give you greater vigor around, is strong enough, I think this week could be seminal. You could go from thinking about something to taking action. And if you're open to new technology or ways of doing things, you really could see an acceleration very quickly indeed. Pardon me. As far as your energy is concerned, with Saturn in your 12th house for the next couple of years, along with the very sensitive Neptune, it is a time that I feel that you have to balance the action you take with nurturing yourself behind the scenes. So do make sure that you get that rest and also stay mindful of your deeper emotional world. When it comes to pure finance, there could be some very surprising developments this week, but that quarter moon could tempt you to splash out on something that you've long desired, or will it be something quite impulsively? But if you are open-minded, that's the way you're going to improve your finances at the moment for sure. When it comes to your love life, I feel Mars moving into your sign is going to give you a much greater sense of your personal attractiveness. But also, as you strut your stuff, it's linked with Venus on Tuesday, is the perfect time to go on a date, meet up with a friend and just go out and socialize. Or if you're in an existing relationship, to do something where you revitalize that spark between you. And one of the best ways to do that, I feel, will be having something nice to eat and drink and having a really lovely catch up. I hope you have a great week, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. All the best and look forward to seeing you again soon.